I want to talk to you guys about something that I hope to not speak about ever again, basically. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold. What are your opinions about everything that's going on?
I joke with people saying I'm probably getting a little bit too old now to be bothered. I'm not that old, but I'm feeling like I don't invest my feelings and emotions into that kind of stuff too much. I'm disappointed that he's leaving. I don't agree with running down his contract, and obviously we left with nothing, and he's going to probably Real Madrid then, obviously, and the way it's been done. But I also know that we can replace him, because Liverpool's in another world than we were, like for example, when Steven Gerrard was on the brink to leave for Chelsea. That would have been another story. That was our talisman, the lad who was actually the local lad who brought their whole club on his shoulders and kept pushing for everything. And we won the Champions League, which was brilliant, 2005, which is obviously 20 years ago. For me, it's more like, I love Trent for his football abilities. I think he's been a great servant. But I've also seen the signs of him not doing the job that I think the supporters are looking for when it comes to a local lad. It's always another pressure on them when they come from Liverpool to... and he's delivered, obviously, because he won it all. It's just the way this has been handled. It's how it turned out. Yeah. But I say good luck to him, and we move as a club, and we will be fine, because we're in another, like I said, in a different world than compared to back then. Yeah. So for me, it's more like, it's sad, but I'm looking forward to what's going to come. Yeah. And that's the thing. And we were talking before about the booing and all that, and I don't agree with the booing, but I understand why. But I'm just more like, let's focus on celebrations and celebrate the other players and the team that's done so well and won us the Premiership. And that's it for me.
Yeah, I think it's one though, like playing for Liverpool and growing up in Liverpool and being a Scouser playing for Liverpool. For us, because we were talking about before about the politics and all that stuff that goes around it, like it is kind of like Liverpool against the world sometimes. So when you're brought up in that environment, to go somewhere else, we can't understand that, because we see ourselves as the pinnacle and we just won the Premier League, so why shouldn't we? So we want to be going for Premier League. Obviously we got knocked out of the Champions League by PSG on pens, but if that draws happen different ways, we could be sitting here saying we've won the Premier League and the Champions League, the way that if the draw would have been better for us. So it's one of them, it's a microcosm in itself, Liverpool, where if you come through the ranks like he has, you kind of, you're not stuck, but your mentality should be, I want to stay here. Because you mentioned Gerrard before, there's been others, there's been Owen, there's been McManaman, completely different circumstances where Liverpool weren't in a great position, and we are now. And I think that for me goes along with the difficulty, because if we were struggling and we were finishing, like Man United are going to be finishing, 17th, 16th, I had to get that in there. But if we were down there and he left, we'd still be fuming, but you'd be like, we're shit, lads.
It's understandable.
We're shit. He's getting off. It's understandable for his sake to go and win stuff, but we've just won the Premier League and we're going to be even better. Hopefully next year, retain it, go for Champions League, and he's going to a club where he's 27 now. He's going to be there for probably 5 years. We're going to be competing against him directly for the next 5 years for the Champions League, and that for me, I'll never ever 10 times evers understand it.
Just to end with the wonderful taxi driver John, when we beat Real Madrid in the Champions League final next year, it will be the best transfer of all time.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, I wanna talk a bit about the Crystal Palace game, of course. Is it important for Liverpool to end with a win?
I don't know. I'm just going to have a big party, so I don't really care about the result. But yes, I as someone who can just watch the game more in a professional mind, I would say win is always a win. It's good for the team, it's good for the players, it's good for the manager, it's good for the club, it's good for the supporters. A win is a win, even if it doesn't matter anything at the moment. It's just 3 points and we're already champions. But I think it's good to go out with a bang. Play at Anfield, play Palace, who's obviously won the FA Cup and brilliant. All hat off and everything to them, because they did well. to beat City, and I think they deserved it. And they've been on a bender as well, I guess. Been partying, so they come here with just So I said on Twitter for fun, just like bring all the supporters together, just have a big party because they won the cup for the first time in their history.
A double guard of honor.
yeah, exactly. And we obviously been partying for a couple of weeks. But I think just to win is nice. It leaves a better kind of feeling afterwards that we actually went out with a bang. We won 3-1 or whatever. 3-1. Exactly. I think it would be nice, but I don't really care if we do.
Does it do anything? I mean, obviously Arsenal won we had more points last season trophy. Does it do anything for the tally at the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I said to you before in the last pub we were in, even if we lose 7-0, we're still going to get our hands on this Premier League title, and that's something that we haven't said often. We're obviously coming up against City. We're usually going into the last game of the seasons, hoping that they lose and praying that we win. And it's not really gone our way the last couple of years. Obviously, they've won 4 in a row. No, I think I agree with Kristian. Like, I think the atmosphere in the ground will carry those players across the line in a game where it doesn't matter. But if you can get as many points, because I think most of us had it in mind, if you can get over 90 points, that's a bit of a statement season. But I think we can finish on 86, which.
But they'll be flying in, out and back to different places.
Yeah, they've been going to Ibiza, pints, Guinness everywhere. So yeah, you can understand it in a way. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we win, obviously. But either way, to experience Liverpool lifting the Premier League title in front of the fans, getting a parade on Monday, it's going to be one of the most magical weekends ever, and that's something I can't wait for. And it's something that we've known for about a month now, and I still haven't really fully got to accepted it in my mind yet that we are going to win it and we're going to lift it and we're going to have a parade. All that stuff that we didn't get 5 years ago. So that's been bottled up for 5 years. So I think the outpour of emotion is just going to be incredible, and I can't wait.
I agree. All right, lastly, let's play a game. One player to keep outside of the starting 11 and one to be in the team. I would say play Trainioni, keep Trent outside of the team.
So but basically the question is one player to replace Trent, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, not necessarily. not necessarily. I think that if you look back to the pre-season, obviously Trainioni was the standout talent, and he did a great match in the Champions League, of course, but it kind of ebbed out a bit. But I would love to see him be on the pitch on Sunday. It's not just a roast Trent question.
I mean, I'm happy to take any of those. I really like Ngamoa as well. So I think maybe if we were saying one player I'd like to see, because I think it's interesting how we're going to be. We were talking before in the previous pub about maybe Soboslai being on the left, or if he's going to be central. If Vert comes in, is he going to be a 9? Is he going to be a 10? And all those inner workings, I still think Ngamoa, he's had a few fleeting appearances and looked very good. I'd love to see him have not a breakout season, maybe it's a year too early, but have a season where he maybe plays 10, 15 games, because I think he's so good on that left hand side. I think he's the one I'm looking at as the next one to say he can be world class in the future. So I think I'm just playing at right back, just giving Trent's number and playing at right back on Sunday.
So who do you keep out then?
So Trent.
All right.
Yeah, I'm the same. Just like I said before, I don't really care, but keep Trent out, because obviously with the booing and the emotions that was left after the game against Arsenal, I think hopefully Slot learned the lesson about it. Took away a lot of the celebrations and the feelings about it. So maybe just leave Trent out then, because I don't mind him having being a part of the guard of honor afterwards and then everything. But when we play the game and we be celebrating, when we sing, and for everything that happens after, everyone got the chance to clap. Everyone. I don't want the focus to be on Trent. I want it to be on the team. But leave Trent out, and I don't know. A player that I would like to see just to be, I'm not probably starting, but to come on is Endo, obviously, because I just think he's a player that sums up professionalism, and he sums up the fighting spirit. Maybe even, he's a Japanese Scouser, like we got Tsimikas is the Scouser Greek. But, to have someone that is, from Asia coming in, seems to be very quiet, but always put the fucking job in, sorry for swearing. But that's the thing, I love that kind of mentality. So I would love to see Endo come on, because We don't know. Hopefully he stays. But he might come in a bit from another, club in whatever Germany that he was before, or someone else, and we might say, it's too good money. Leave, let him go because he's 31, 32 or something or whatever. So I just want him to maybe, be appreciated, because I think every time he plays, he always put the shifts in, even if he's not having a good day of football. If you put the shift in and 100% all the time, you will be respected and always be, okay, you didn't have the best game, but you still fucking worked your socks off. And that's actually one of the problems with Trent. Because he's got the quality, but some days he's just lazy, very lazy. And that annoys me more than anything as a supporter, that you see someone playing that shirt. You can have a shitty day at work, but you still do your best, you do the job, you still fight. But if you're not even sweaty, you don't do the job. So Endo in at some point, and Trent can be left out of the squad, and then we can clap him afterwards. The supporters who want to say ta-da, and that's it.
I mean, imagine starting out of Leone, Rio, and Endo. That's a party of 11.
That would be a fist table. Yeah. Slot would be taken back. And we still win 4-0.
No.